Because remember that tweet I showed you?
That was a great tweet, by the way. I hadn't even thought about this. Wait, let me pull up this tweet because I honestly this has totally escaped my thought process, and it's absolutely right. So it's from Caitlin Johnstone.
Caitlin Johnstone.
I've only read a couple of her articles. Who is she? What's up with her?
She's pretty good. She's like Australian. She started out writing about Bernie, and then she got more into anti-imperialism. She's pretty good. She just, once you've read like her point of view, it's pretty much. I mean, she pretty much has the same message all the time, But it's I check it. I support her on Patreon. Yeah, I mean, I know where she's coming from. I like her stuff, but I've read most of her. Just both parties suck, and they just serve the oligarchy. It's a bunch of hocus pocus.
Totally
she's like similar to Jimmy Dore, pretty much. They've been on each other's. I think she was on Jimmy Dore a couple times.
I didn't know that. I thought she was more of a cranky kind of person.
She's like anti-imperial. Well, she does engage with people. Like she tells people, fuck you, and like says sarcastic shit. Like,
that's what I see mostly on.
She gets in like flame wars on Twitter.
She always shows up in my feed like a lot because I tend to agree with stuff she says. So I'm always liking things she says.
Yeah, and she's pretty funny. Yeah, so basically the tweet is
constantly fighting with like random randos on there. Yeah. I'm just like, who is this? Like I thought she was kind of like she also seems kind of. Well, I guess she's just super anti-establishment, but yeah, she's way conspiracy kind of like.
Yeah, she's super, and she's talking about UFOs a lot. Like, just what a coincidence! Like NASA wants to start this space force, and now they're saying UFOs are real. Like,
and I love her because she will tweet something really hot, like a real hot button bullshit, and I'm like, yeah, I totally agree with you. And then her next tweet will be like, by the way, Josh, if you think it's this, then you're wrong and you're full of shit. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Like, you know what I mean?
She'll go to the next level. Yeah, she'll go everything. Like she'll say like on Veterans Day, she'll say like all the U.S. veterans died in vain. They're just serving corporations, killing brown people.
And someone on the right will be like, "You go, girl," and she'll be like, "Fuck the right, by the way." And then like someone on the left will be like, "Yeah, thank you," and then she'll be like, "And the left." Like she gets real bad. Yeah,
she's pretty funny. I was one of her first Patreon supporters. Like she only had like when she first started. I think she first started like in 2016, like with writing about Bernie, and then she went to Patreon. I was like one of her first Patreon subscribers. I've had like conversations with her and stuff. Like she used to have this Facebook forum, and only like a few people were members, and I would like talk to her and stuff. And she introduced me to her brother, who's like volunteering to help black bears or something. I don't know, but anyway,
get her on the fucking show, dude. Let's get her on the show. She's cool.
She stopped doing them because. Like she'd go on a podcast, like she'd go on Jimmy Dore, and then people would like say like she's wicked fat and all this stuff, which she's really not. She's really not that. She's really not. She's just like looks like a normal person.
She
like
needs to stop interacting with people on the internet.
Yeah,
that's you can see it just watching her Twitter. She's arguing with dummies. Like she is wasting time, like all day doing that shit, and that's driving her off of podcasts. Like. I don't even read comments and shit. She tries to be positive. Like she gets into spirituality once in a while, but nobody really. I don't think she gets as much engagement when she she makes poems and artwork and stuff. Like she tries to be more positive, but I think their negative shit is what catches on with people. Yeah, but she needs to just not pay attention to those people. She's too popular. You can't pay attention to every person talking to you on the internet.
But I think it's too late for me to get her on this podcast because I got like an argument with her, but I don't think she didn't block me or anything, but I got an argument with her about like porn or something. Like, she was saying something about porn, like all porn is like degrades women. And I was like, well, what about women that like porn? Like, are they degrade? Like, I don't know. She like porn. She didn't really. I think she got pissed off. She goes, "You're like an old time follower, and I don't want to get in a big fucking argument with you. So just shut up, So. So I don't think.
Why would she get an argument?
I don't know, because I was just saying. Because I was like, I wasn't even really trying to argue. I was just like, is that really true that like all porn is like degrading to women? Like, isn't there like some porn that women like?
Sounds like a pretty hard like knee jerk to be making. Like,
yeah. So
I think there's a lot to talk about there, but like, to immediately
but he immediately went with 0 to 60.
Like, I don't know if that's true, man. There's a lot of stuff.
Well, I didn't really want to get in a big argument with her. I just made like an offhand comment, but she'll catch you off guard. Like, you'll make some offhand comment like I would on anybody that's like one of these pundits, but she'll respond to you though. Like, other pundits just ignore you.
See, she needs to stop that shit, dude.
Except for Ryan Grimm blocked me.
Hopefully someone's listening to this and they can tell Caitlin Johnstone to stop talking to people on the internet. She doesn't need to do that. Like, just chill out. That's not doing anything good for her. Like,
no, I think it's not good to be in a anti-imperialist headspace like 24/7 because it never gets any better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just like beating your head against the wall. And you could do it for all your life, and then somebody after you could do it all their life, and then you know what I'm saying? Like,
the empire never dies, right? Isn't that what?
Yeah, you can fight the empire for like generations, and you know, I mean, if that's what you're about, I mean, I mean, personally, if I was like, say, I was like a Palestinian, I would just fucking emigrate out of there, you know?
Yeah, I'd try to figure out a way to get out.
I wouldn't like die fighting for my country. Like, maybe I'm shallow, but I'd rather enjoy life and just.
I agree with you.
Just, you know, spend my whole life raging against the machine because, like, the machine is gonna like prevail after you are gone. You know, so I don't know.
It's like Robert,
I guess that's kind of
Rob M, the guy that was on here before. We were talking last night.
Oh yeah,
and he was saying like, oh man, I wish that anybody who wanted to be president and was running for president, like, they would force them to go into like deep psychoanalysis, and they have to like. You know, do like psychedelic therapy and all these different, you know, like to like, you know, become a more enlightened person. And I go, yeah, but then they wouldn't want to be president anymore.
I know, because they're all like malignant narcissists that want to be president. I know.
It's like, you know,
because like smart people like know how much they don't know. And like narcissists, like they're not aware that they're really in the dark about most things, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Like just the idea of being president of the United States, like only a like narcissist would want that job.
Yeah. I can't imagine someone. So I don't know.
That's pretty funny, but I guess I don't want to be fatalistic. But I feel like I only want to like engage so much in politics because I just feel like it's just so much is out of your control. You know, I want to do like little things, like if some cool person's running, I want to vote for them, or, you know, I want to like help the environment by maybe, you know, volunteering at a nature center. You know what I'm saying? But I can't just like rage against the machine nonstop because you never get anywhere. It's just negative. You know?
I think I made our friend Matt Staggs very upset when I said something similar because.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because basically I tried to say like, well, we were arguing about just some politics stuff. Stuff, and he.
Yeah.
I basically said to him, well, we were disagreeing, and I said, you know, well, it doesn't really matter, man. It's, you know, what you and I think about this doesn't really matter, actually. That's the good thing. Like, I was trying to be like, see, it's cool. It doesn't matter if we disagree. We can still, you know, everything's cool.
It was like your olive branch.
But he took that to be like, you fucking like, you know, like, you don't care. You don't want to like.
What are you, a nihilist?
But I'm right, though. What the fuck is Matt Staggs and me going to do? What are we going to go do?
Right. Like I got so excited, like, to like vote for Bernie and get behind Bernie. And then he never made, like, again, I got suckered into it, giving him all this money. Not a lot of money, but way more money than I ever gave any other candidate, you know? Just like 2016, where I got all excited and he didn't make it. And then just the same thing happened. In 2019, same thing happened, and then I get all worked up, and it leads nowhere. You know, it's just like a big waste of energy. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it sucks, man. And then like we're seeing with Biden right now. I mean, I did not vote for Biden because I was like, fuck Biden. Right. But I was absolutely right. Everything that I said was going to happen with him happened. And then, okay, we got way off track here.
Off track.
The thing we started talking about was Caitlin Johnstone's tweet, let's bring it right back here because this is what she's talking about. She says, the fact that Biden is continuing all of Trump's policies means that those who believe Trump was fighting the establishment must now admit that either A, they were wrong, or B, Biden is also fighting the establishment.
That is I love this airtight.
Exactly. I love this because it's a math equation. She gives you basically, she's giving it about and saying like, hey, dude, you can't have it both ways.
Algebra.
Logic
I don't believe in libtard algebra.
And this is something I never thought about. I haven't, and she's absolutely right. And yeah, this has all been more theater. I was wondering, after thinking about this, I thought maybe like Trump, I was thinking the real problem that the establishment had with Trump wasn't that he wasn't bowing to them, but that he was an outsider trying to break into the club.
You know what, though? I think that's fake, because I used to think that. I think it's more like the establishment is like, what's that weird dude that owns the WWE? What's that guy?
I know who you're talking about, but Vince McMahon? Is that right?
Vince McMahon. Yeah, the establishment's like Vince McMahon. And they just want him to play a heavy. He's like totally working for the establishment, you know? That was just his role. Because like, but that was a weird thing. So like when Trump's elected, like he doesn't get away. The only thing different is he didn't get away with as much stuff. But Biden wants to do all the same shit that Trump wanted to do. And then Biden gets away with it. Because nobody wants to cover it.
Whoa, what if it was on purpose and Trump was there just to set it up so that people would be so upset at Trump that whatever Biden does is fine? And since they're not paying attention to the details, they don't really give a shit what the actual thing is that they're talking about.
Yeah, that could be it too.
What it was. I don't know.
That could be it too. I don't even want to argue with like mainstream Democrats because I just feel like it's like, maybe if they have a happy pipe dream that they think by voting Democrat, they're saving the world, it makes them feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah.
And like, I don't really have any solution for them. So I might as well just let them have their pleasant fantasy. You know?
Yeah.
You know, because like in reality, like the same kids are in cages at the border, you know, we're military budgets getting even bigger.
Right.
You know, like wages are declining even more. Like nothing's really changing. Everything's like getting worse.